Good morning. We're going to talk about stem and leaf crafts. So I'm going to do this in Excel. You don't have to do it in Excel. Right now I don't have a bamboo tablet, so I can't really draw it out for you. So I'm going to do it in Excel. And let me make this bigger so we can see it. Okay. So if you see here in column A, I have quiz 1 grades. And then in B is quiz 2. We'll get to quiz 2 in just a minute. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to make a stem and leaf plot of quiz 1. So the first thing I'm going to make is the stem, and then I'm going to make the leaves. I'm going to make column H a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so you kind of get the point of what a stem and leaf graph. All right, so the thing I need to do now, the first thing is I need to see what my values range from. So I need to go find my smallest, which is 51, and my largest, which is 99. So when I make my stem and leaf graph, I'm going to go from largest to smallest. And sometimes they might have you do the opposite, but for me, I'm going to do this. So this correlates to any grade in the 90s, any grade in the 80s, any grade in the 70s, any grade in the 60s, and any grade in the 50s. So then what I need to do is I need to organize my leaves. I'm going to start with the bottom because I know I only have one grade in the 50s, and I'm going to highlight it once I'm done with it. So I put a 1 here. So this correlates, let me put this so this will default to the left. This correlates to 51. So this value right here, 51, equals this value. All right, I'm going to do it for my 60s now, and I only have 160, so it's 64. So then I'm going to put a 4 here. All right, next I need to do my 70s. I have 3. I have 72, 71, and 79. So I need to put these in order of 1, 2, 9. And that's how they look. All right, 80s. I have 85, 82. So I need to put 82 and then 85. Okay. So, and then I have a bunch of 90s. So I'm going to change this 91 to that 90 to a 91, and you'll see why in just a second. Okay, so then I have 91. Mark that. And then I have 3 92s. So then I do 1, 2, 2, 2. I do that 3 times. So I still have 1, 2, 2, 2, and then I'm going to do 5 and 9. Okay, so I have talked about all the values in here. So if you look at it, there's a lot going on in the 90s. I have 6 values. I have 2 in the 80s, 3 in the 70s, 1 in the 60s, and 1 in the 50s. So that's how my stem and leaf plot would look. If I wanted to do one of quiz 2, just by itself, I would do this the exact same way. But I want to go ahead and I want to do, I don't know why I put levers. I want to put my leaves for quiz 2 over here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and for this column, I'm going to put it this way so it'll line properly. I'm going to go look, let me go again and look at my 50s. I have no 50s in here. So I'm going to leave it blank. I'm not putting a 0. I'm going to leave it blank. Because if I put a 0, it would mean there's a 50 and there's not. All right, so the next step is to look at my 60s. I have 61, 66, 64, 63, and 67. Okay, so I need to put those in order. So because this is flipped around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the largest first. So it's going to be 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. Okay. Oops, and I put that in the wrong place. That's not good. I'll put it here. 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. Okay, what does that mean? That means 61, 63, 64, 66, and 67. All right, let me go do my 70s. So I have 72, 74, and 73. And again, because of the way I'm putting them in, I have to put them in backwards. So it's going to be 2, 4, 3, 2. So that is 72, 73, 74. All right, let's go look at the 80s. I have 88, 82, 84. So it's going to be 8, 4, 2. Okay, and again, you can see this one 82, 84, 88. Basically, it's the mirror image of the one I did over here, but with different data. So the next one is going to be 91 and 92. So I'm going to put 1 because it's 91, 92. And let me do this. Let me put this more in the middle. Okay. And as you can see here, this stem is corresponding to these leaves right here. So can I get some assumptions off this? Well, for quiz 1, I got more 90s than I did in quiz 2. In quiz 2, they seem to do worse because there was more in the 60s than there were on quiz 1. So if you look at the overall graphs of both of these, the stem and leaves, you're going to see the first quiz they did a lot better. The second quiz they didn't do as well. And that's really what you do with stem and leaf. They were created when statistics first started, before computers and calculators, to show the shape of the graph so you could quickly see what was going on with your data. I hope this has helped. Thanks.